Last year was just really more of an issue of trying to find my kids
Both of my parents.
and trying to.
What do you
deal
mean
with-
trying to find your children?
Because my mom gave my kids to someone, and my mom gave my kids to someone when I was in jail, and I can't say that I know where they are.
All right, so
Defense?
currently you don't know where they
Are
are.
you Ms. Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Jones, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes,
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram or 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State,
Yes.
outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and community service hours. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State offer states exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may continue to confirm. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We just ask that you follow the plea bargain, Judge.
All right. In the police report, it mentions other warrants, a possession less than a gram in a theft case. Are those out of county warrants?
Those are within Bear County. Those both been resolved. The felony was dismissed. The misdemeanor was also dismissed.
All right. Do you have any children?
I have 3 children, Your Honor.
What are their ages
11, 8, and 3 years old.
and where are they?
They are currently with a family placement because I'm currently doing services to receive them back due to the charge that I received.
And so what's your drug of choice?
I currently don't have a drug of choice. I've
Well,
been
I mean,
sober.
this was found in your bra. Why do you have meth in your bra?
Yeah, I've been sober. I did have it, but I went to Alpha Home. I did inpatient treatment. And so I have not been, but I did have it and I used to use it, but
And when were you released from inpatient treatment and alcohol?
March 30th. And I'm still doing outpatient for my CPS. For my CPS caseworker, I'm still doing outpatient classes and programs. But I was probably going to be going back to complete 28 more days, just so it looks better in CPS in children's court.
Who's your CPS attorney?
Miss Mance,
And who are you living with now?
I live with my mother right now.
Are you employed?
Uh-huh,
What do you do?
Wendy's.
You know, I don't know if I should say it or not. Wendy's burgers, I never could get used to the square. And
That's how they pat them out before we freeze them, because
Mhm.
you have to pat them out like that, and they have like a little square thing that you put on it to make them like that. I don't
So
know
what happens
why.
to the rest of the meat? Do y'all just join it with other?
The rest of the meat, they cook it and they put it in the chili.
Oh, okay. I remember when Wendy's first came to Louisiana. And that was a lot of money, right? So we go to Wendy's because we're like, can't go to Mr. Swift's, which was the best burger place, even though it was in Grand Cane, Louisiana. And, I don't know why we thought McDonald's tasted good. But we go to Wendy's, we're spending our last little money on Wendy's. And I'm telling you, the fact that they boil their burger. Do y'all still boil the burger
No,
to keep it?
No, they don't boil them anymore. They freeze them and then we take them out and put them on the grill. And then afterwards, if the meat is still in good condition, chop them up and they put them in the chili to where it can be reused instead of throwing it away.
The only thing that I've ever really liked from Wendy's was their spicy chicken sandwich and their chocolate frosty or whatever it's called.
Those are literally both my favorites. That's all I like.
Although the chicken sandwich, I don't even do that anymore. I have bad memories of going on a ride after having eaten that. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. How far did you go in school?
I'm still in school now. I'm enrolled in Penn Foster, but I'm about to stop doing that to go.
All right, just 1 second. Everyone, you need to whisper and do not talk in that jury box if you're behind the court reporter.
But I currently just stopped my classes through Penn Foster so I can enroll in a program because my counselor at Alpha Home, she gave me a referral to where I can do GED classes and start my college classes through SAC. So that's what I'm about to be doing.
Okay. There's to be regular UAs.
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, I'm gonna need you to coordinate with CPS because I'm gonna want treatment for her, but I need proof that you've completed Alpha Home. So was that inpatient?
Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm gonna request inpatient treatment with Alpha Home. But I'll note that she's already completed it, but you're gonna have to provide proof to probation, okay?
Okay.
Are you doing any sober meetings?
I do that. That's why I'm still doing the outpatient with Alpha Home. I'm no longer there because my mom, like I take care of my mom as well. So I've been doing the outpatient, but I still meet with my counselor there. I still meet with my sponsor. I go to the Tuesdays, Thursdays, and the Friday meetings every week.
All right, so probation, she needs to provide proof to you that she's completed the inpatient. If she's completed the inpatient, then we're gonna require her to continue with outpatient treatment through Alpha Home. We're gonna do field visits 1 time per month. And probation, if you want to count the field visits as reporting, you can count it as reporting. And if you want to coordinate with CPS to make sure that they're doing visits and CPS does them, then those can count. CPS compliance. 300 hours of community service restitution. That will be satisfied once you've completed parenting classes in your GED. So in order to complete your 300 hours community service restitution, you need to complete the GED courses and your parenting courses and probation. That can be through CPS. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
I'm 26.
All right, you're 26. You have 3 children.
Mhm.
These 3 children are 100% dependent upon you. So,
And only me.
and only you. So if you don't do what's required of you, what's going to end up happening is CPS is going to terminate your rights and they're going to end up who knows where with who knows who. I've done plenty of CPS cases and what I can tell you is this. And you can take it and use it or not use it. Do not get involved in any relationships until your children are of age. And let me just tell you why I say that. Yes, this could be a hallmark moment where you meet some guy who's working at Wendy's who comes in and next thing you know, he's a corporate CEO. But that really only happens in Hallmark. Or it can turn out to be a Lifetime movie. I like children. I think children are great. But when you have children, they're suitcases. Think of them as suitcases.
Yeah.
The 11-year-old is a suitcase, it's the 8-year-old, the 3-year-old. And I'm not talking about carry-on, they're checked baggage. And then you're on probation, that's another suitcase. So any guy or partner you get with, you need to make sure that they're okay carrying those suitcases. And if they're not okay, you shouldn't be with them.
I'm really just focused on myself.
You should.
Relationship is like, it's like the last thing in my
Thank you.
life. Like, I'm really focused on my growth and what I need to do for myself and my kids. Because I don't want to just have a job, I want a career, I want to build stability. So when I'm gone, my kids have something. Like, I don't want to just be that parent that their kids can't learn anything from. Because I was a young mom, but still, that's no excuse.
Right, I want you to remember what you said to me. So when you come back here, I expect all of that to be true.
Okay.
As my mother, her teacher would always tell them, don't end up with some joker. And my teacher in high school, Mr. Reed, would always tell us, don't end up with a joker. So don't end up with a joker, okay?
Okay.
All right, probation, we'll go over conditions with you.
Hello. Let me see if I can find the docket sheet. Just give me a moment. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 2279, State of Texas versus Roderick Jones. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense,
Danielle Camerick for the defense.
off the record for a moment. Deputy, could you move them to the other end? All right, we're back on the record. And are you Roderick Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the documents entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes,
And did you understand it?
yes,
Are you the same Roderick Sunsaray Jones who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 2279 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on May 1st, 2023 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Dominique Sansare Jones did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of August, September 2023, violation condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We'll waive the remaining violated conditions.
Any objection to the waiver?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that proposed agreement?
It's denied the motion to adjudicate and continue on for probation and to have a TAP evaluation done and follow those recommendations.
Oh, you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Roderick Jones.
All right, why have you not been successful in probation?
Okay, last year I left Alpha Home because my mom was dying. My dad died 5 days before Christmas. My mom died on Christmas. Afterwards, I felt like I just kind of was out of touch with myself for a bit, and I just went like I felt like I lost my mind for a little bit because I didn't know how to deal with losing my mom, and then I felt like I lost time because I spent a lot of time in jail for the past 2 years. But that's no excuse. But that's what happened. I did speak with my federal attorney, my federal probation officer, but I did not speak with my probation officer for state because I was on both federal and state probation, but I'm finished with federal probation. But
Excuse me, does anyone have any Kleenex?
Thank you. And federal probation proceeded and she actually took me off of federal probation and ended me early due to that. And I just I made a dumb decision not to speak to him, not to contact him, not to go in. I did have a past of drug use, but I can't say that was the issue last year. Last year was just really more of an issue of trying to find my kids and trying to deal with the loss of both of my parents.
What do you mean trying to find your children?
Because my mom gave my kids to someone, and my mom gave my kids to someone when I was in jail, and I can't say that I know where they are.
All right, so currently you don't know where they are? So do you have any other family?
I do. I have my sister and my brother. I'm gonna currently reside with my older brother, but they're not with my family. They're not with my brother or my sister.
So
because
does anyone know where your children are?
my sister told me, I spoke to my sister while I was on the phone. She said that she found my two oldest, but she hadn't told me where. But my youngest daughter, my 4-year-old, I don't know where she's at. She's not even in the state of San Antonio. And so I went to New Orleans. I spent some time in New Orleans last year trying to find Nevaeh, my 4-year-old, because that's where her dad's from, which I did not find her. So that was pretty much what I was going through.
All right, and does her father know where she is?
He's in jail for life.
Okay,
Both of my children's fathers are incarcerated. I'm the only parent they have.
okay. All right. I'm sorry, I don't, I always try to solve all problems, right? With regards to your daughter, you're probably gonna have to have an investigator to see where she is. And I'm sure your attorney can let you know of some investigators. And then there are some investigators who will actually, they do pro bono work as well, some of them, and they will see about that. But just remain in court. I'll see what information I can give you to help her. All right, I'll deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions to include a TAP evaluation in custody. How long do you expect the TAP evaluation to take? All right, so we're gonna have you come back over here in 3 weeks to make sure that you're not lost in the system.
Yes, ma'am.
And then see if we have anything for grief counseling.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you need from the court?
Um, can I have a resource for trauma?
Yeah, that's the grief counseling that I'm giving you, but we'll see if there's any counseling for trauma.
Okay.
All right. So we're off the record. Here's the thing, in this court, communication is key. When you're going through things, now you have probation sort of as a safety net. You can actually pick up the phone and call them.
Okay.
And when you call them and let them know what's going on, they will be empathetic and sympathetic to your plight. You would not even be in custody right now if you'd have just picked up the phone and called someone and said, this is what's going on in my life. Then what would ended up happening? Probation would have came to me and or either sent me by an email asking the alternate main conditions for you to have time to go spend time with your mother and to take care of things. But just acting as though you're not on probation is not good.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else?
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 3-week reset date. All right, so we're going to come back on October 17th, council. If for any reason this is done before then they'll let us know and you'll be brought over before October 17th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and if you'll just wait a minute, I'm going to see if I have a number for somebody to call in regards to that.